Well, guys, we just got some massive news. It's a whole pitch notes. It's the launch update, quote unquote, of FC26. They go into way more detail on their plans for the power curve. We got new promos that they just announced. We have silver icons that they just announced, which is something. But there's honestly so much in here that it was worth breaking our usual upload schedule for, because I wanted to get this out as soon as possible instead of waiting for our standard upload time. But we're going to read through all of this here and then discuss kind of as we go through. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. Because honestly, it once again looks like fantastic changes, guys. They are taking the slower power curve very seriously. We got nerfed chem styles even to try and keep stats lower. So they are taking this very seriously, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, let's start off here. The first bullet points here, we kind of already knew this. Intro and launch dates. Web app is the 17th. Companion app is the 18th. The early access we've talked about many times before. The drama around that release date, but that's set in stone. Then right here, early access and cornerstones to celebrate the return of tournaments. Early access will feature a daily knockout tournament. You can compete daily to earn rewards and qualify for a one-time early access finale tournament on the final day of early access. I hope this daily knockout tournament is not just literally once a day, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to be, which is unfortunate. Right here, early access includes Team of the Week 1 and 2, Evolutions, World Tour and Squad Foundation releases, Flashback SBC, Showdown SBCs, and some SP in there. The first campaign after early access will be Cornerstones, so a new promo actually to start things off here. And to say what it's about, I guess it's about players that teams are built around, like a cornerstone of a team, I guess. So it's got to be some pretty talented players, you would assume, high-rated players in there. And they also will receive +2 club chemistry links, which is something, I guess. And keep an eye out for more FUT campaigns, as well as the return of some spooky favorites. I did read that one already. I just realized I was barely in the frame. That does pretty much confirm that Scream is back, guys. Ultimate Scream should be making a return, which is, I mean, why did it leave in the first place? I mean, what are we doing? I want to give them credit for that, but like, what, where, why get rid of that one? Anyway, power curve once again here, they go into more details and it sounds good. So we're going to read through some of this stuff. What this means in FUT: base items, rare golds, icons, and heroes will set the benchmark for top squads deeper into the year. From day 0, content is structured around this philosophy. And maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I think they're saying from day 0, this is our philosophy, because they probably haven't had a philosophy like anything like this before. From day 0, I think they kind of just in the past few years mainly have just gone and released campaigns, and they get upgrades and they don't really think too much about how much the upgrades affect the power curve. But now we have a genuine philosophy this year, and then right here they do say there will not be August Player of the Month player items to try and help with the power curve, which I guess, I mean, you could just make the upgrades less, but okay. And then showdowns also will only be getting for season 1 a +1 overall, and then they do get a roll ++ upgrade. So once again, you can just make the stats less, I guess, but they're taking this seriously, right? Weekly campaigns, you'll still see new campaign squads most weeks, but the boost to those campaign items will be more lateral on average. Of course, the bigger campaigns like Black Friday, Team of the Year, and Team of the Season will still deliver items with significant stat boosts. However, in between, you can expect more measured boosts and lateral upgrades. We did kind of hear this part already, but nice to see it in writing. Rewards here they actually go into, and they are definitely less, so we'll go and look at those here in a sec. In summary, FC26 slows the pace of progression. Then right here, chemistry styles are changing, so chem styles have also been rebalanced to help keep upgrades feel satisfying without letting any single chem style disrupt the overall balance of items. So new boost model styles now use a 3-6-9 point boost system instead of a 4-8-12, narrowing stat gaps and keeping balance tighter. Pace trade-offs here. Pace heavy styles are now more of a choice. Boosting speed comes with a trade-off in certain areas, so not all items become pace focused. We have more diversity as well, boosting attributes like composure, reactions, and stamina, encouraging different builds. We open this up here, and you can tell there's a lot of changes to all these chem styles. Basic now is like +3s everywhere instead of +6s in a lot of places. If you look at the chem styles with some of the +9s, right? Whereas it's, yeah, there's a 9 right here in short passing, but none of these chem styles upgrade pace at all. Like the ones that upgrade pace, you'll notice, not only give just a smaller boost in pace, but also also give smaller boosts in other areas as well. So that's a big change. And right here, the ones that actually do upgrade the pace +6, like Hunter only gives a +3 in finishing now. It's only 3 stat boost finishing wise. And then Shadow down here does a very similar thing. It does give 6 heading accuracy, but you can't see it. Let me do this actually to try and help with that. Yeah, you can see right here, it's +9 slide tackle, but the ones that matter, 3 interceptions, 3 defensive awareness, and 3 standing tackle for Shadow. So they're trying to nerf these up quite a bit, and I don't mind that. Now, once again, we are looking at a situation here where this can be looked at as pay to win, right? Because there's going to be a bigger difference now between cards that have bigger stats and the cards that don't. Now, the question will be, do they actually feel that way? Do the cards themselves? Are silvers, now that we get more silver content here, which you'll see in just a second, they're going to try and make silver cards better, which in that case, you know, cards can just do more, so the upgrades don't matter as much. That's still to be determined. We're going to have to wait to get our hands on the game probably to see if that's a problem. But the first season here, a world tour through history. Right here, each season will center on a historic international tournament culminating in season 8, which I'm assuming will be the World Cup season, but the Festival of Football, it says. Along the way, a host nation and winning nation players will appear across the season ladder, SBCs and objectives. They kind of tried to do that last year, but it didn't really seem like they had much of a plan there. Season 1, England 66, we saw that leaked already. Here are the past players. We have the stats for them leaked already, actually. And we'll close the season with a one nation tournament where you'll test your English squad, and the rewards and stuff remain the same, but we'll look through here. The premium pass guys are here. We'll look more at these players in 1 second. Right here, World Tour Silver Superstars. We got Striker Eusebio 73, 74 Charlton, Garincha 70. So they're trying to lead into more silver stuff here, 100%. We're bringing back a fan favorite with a new twist to celebrate international football. Each season, they'll release some silver icons and heroes from the How Added tournament, featuring illustration style action shots for added flair. Okay, and it lets us deliver fun, accessible items while preserving the core FUT power curve. So this is something that they're definitely going to be leaning into. How to earn them: complete themed long-term season objectives to earn silver superstars. Objectives vary in difficulty with rewards that match the challenge. So I don't know if they'll be in the season or not, or if they're just going to be like long-term objectives. That's still to be determined. Live events there, left silver only limited league. Oh no, sorry, silver only match limited league, of course, as match limits just, we can't ever be away from match limits everywhere all the time. And right here, note about evolutions. In season 1, evolutions will exclude entry of World Tour Silver Superstars. Entering a silver superstar into an evolution may change overall or rarity, making them permanently ineligible for silver events. So don't evo them if they cross a certain threshold, it looks like. And live events here, they're talking about how last year you told us there was not enough variety in game modes. It wasn't last year. It's been that way for about 7 years now. Live events are built to change that. You know, we kind of knew about some of the stuff already, like the gauntlets and the tournaments, so we won't read much there. If you want to pause it, you obviously can. But the key launch moments here: daily knockout tournament is early access. Okay, we have 5 entries, it says down there. Celebrating the return of tournaments, we have a DKT. It'll run during early access. Tournaments won't appear weekly, or they won't always appear weekly. We're keeping them special so they feel impactful. So what do you guys think about that? There's not always going to be tournaments going on. Okay, we'll see what that looks like here. But the reward here, for example, early access elimination 75/2. There's also objectives within the tournament to try and do in case you guys like aren't winning games, which is nice. You can earn rewards there. Ultimate Gauntlet, debuting after the worldwide launch and returning every 2 weeks in season 1. You will have 1 attempt every day throughout the week with no specific squad requirements. You can decide your first, second, and third squad. As we know, you can only play each round with a certain 18 players for 1 round, and then you'll need another 18 players for the next round. Rewards scale with results, including packs, players, and Evo consumables. The number of rounds will change in future seasons, they say. And down here, you can expect 1 or 2 live events each week with a focus on quality over quantity, they say. Our goal is to make every event feel meaningful. That'll be up to us to decide that one. Some will lean more casual, offering unlimited or near unlimited attempts with lighter rewards, which that's nice to see that some will offer unlimited attempts, while others will be hard-fought battles where every match counts and the rewards scale up accordingly. And then most events, they do say most events here, will be available to preview in advance, so you know what's coming up. If there's requirements and stuff like that, you can try and build a squad towards that, but they do say most events, so we'll see. And right here, game mode and reward changes. They go into champs reward changes here, and they are quite a bit different. So we'll start here. Champs is now more accessible. Champs playoffs are removed. We know that already. Qualification points now earned from Division 7. You'll auto-qualify at Div 6 once you have enough points. We now have 15 tiers. We know that. We now have challengers, which is the less version of champs. They're kind of just highlighting the things we already knew in these few bullet points here. You know, the reduced points, limited checkpoints. You want to read through these, you guys can if you haven't seen these before. Squad battles now just have expanded match limit, though. It's 18 matches per week. week increased from 14, the count to our weekly point totals. So now up to that. Draft now, rewards will be scaled throughout the year as seasons go by. So we'll see that. And the big thing down here is the economy, rewards and economy, sorry. Reward progression. So they're trying to have a more stable market here. For example, rank 1 FUT champs for season 1 of this year's game. You've got only 85,000 coins. So that's a lot different. Still some great stuff in here. 10 by 84, 10 by 83. This is the best possible reward, right? 10 by 84 untradeable. You get 3 by 88. But the biggest thing here is just the coin total is a lot less. There's still a lot of tradable stuff in here. So rewards are still going to impact the market a good amount, like a very good amount. But we are going to be seeing just less coins in general based off these rewards here. I'm curious to know what the rest of the ranks look like, right? If that's the best one and it looks like that, you know, we'll be seeing what the rest look like. Advanced SBCs here, they rebalanced them. And I just read through this for the first time, but they're tuned to support a smoother buildup that better matches the early pace of the game. More closely aligned with other challenge SBCs at launch. So they're just going to be easier, I guess, and probably not have as many rewards. So we're probably going to be gone are the days of like the hard advanced SBCs, I think. Timed and scaled releases. Advanced SBCs will now drop gradually across the cycle, aligned with key seasonal moments with requirements and rewards that scale to the state of the game. The first season 1 set will be themed around England. So they're just going to, you know, change things up a bit here and spice it up and have a few good ones, a few that are very easy with not so great rewards, but we'll have to wait and see. Challenges tab. Advanced SBCs will now sit in that tab apart from the foundation ones to highlight their greater difficulty, because I think a big thing they're trying to fix here is that SBCs are very overwhelming for new players. Like they don't really, it's not surprising that for newer players, it's hard to get into this game when they don't really care about the ease of SBCs. They've been pretty hard in the past to do for a very beginner player, right? It's very overwhelming to like search through your club, find the right guys. Okay, they leave the club permanently, right? Like that's how this works. You know, it's just hard for a casual player sometimes who just picks up the game. So right here, they do announce though that evolutions are going to be worse, basically. So the power curve in FC26, evolutions will be more focused on boosting the level of bottom and middle tier items of your squad rather than consistently creating the items with the highest stats, though they will still do that occasionally. In addition, evolutions upgrades will be delivered in smaller iterative steps, many of which will be fueled by repeatable evolutions. This approach means evolutions will push the top end of the curve less, but provide more depth and customization. And that's actually, that can be okay if now we have game modes to take these cards into, which it seems like theoretically we do now. That's highlighted in club depth here. Many evos are designed to help support building multiple squads now, aligning with new experiences like Gauntlet, where squad depth is key. Repeatable evos, we talked about that already many times. And then visuals here. Most evos that provide incremental upgrades will no longer change your item design, allowing you to preserve the original look and feel of your player items. But then evos that deliver larger upgrades or are tied to a campaign will still update your item design. So it's not a choice, I guess. They just mostly don't change your design, and then sometimes they do. Okay, I guess we don't have a choice, which that kind of sounds dumb to me, but all right. We talked about the new icons already and stuff. Pre-order content we already have. We do have the exact date for FC points now. So 2,000 at first login, 2,000 on the same or closest day the following month, and 2,000 the month after. So September 19th, October 19th, and November 19th. And talk more about the graduated access to the transfer market. Essentially, players such accounts new to FC will not have access to the market until they complete a certain objective, and it's a 48 hours for players on PC and 24 hours for players on other platforms there. But for most of us, you won't have to do that. And then right here, they brought up again more about the new match outcomes, trying to prevent the nil-nil quitting. So right here, the conditions are 45 minutes in-game time has passed, so once it reaches halftime, basically, you can get the win, or the quitting/DC player concedes a penalty kick or has received a red card. So it can happen in the 10th minute if they concede a penalty kick, which is a big improvement, right? That's definitely a big improvement there. You can only receive a win from this 5 times a day, which that's fine. Most of us are not going to have that happen 5 times a day. So it's still better, but it's not obviously every single time somebody quits at 0-0. FUT rush match outcomes now, and matchmaking delays here. If you quit a rush game, you now are penalized for that, and they're going to add a delay basically onto your next game. 15-minute matchmaking delay there. The delay can escalate up to an hour. So, okay. We got returning player rewards here. EA Play rewards. EA Play members receive content across modes during the cycle. We've got a 385 plus overall loan, 1 of 5 pick for 10 matches. Okay, you get a draft token. All right. Clubs, you get a headband, and that's that really. Club member rewards if you played FC24, which unfortunately on my PC account I don't get, so I don't see any of these, but it's not really much anyway. You guys get a TIFO. Congratulations. Preseason rewards actually don't come till October 14th, so it's actually a ways away. It's like almost a month into the game, actually. You won't be getting the preseason rewards till. Then we got the responsiveness here. But look at this, guys. This is a crazy sentence right here that we cannot gloss over. It's a responsiveness update, right? And take a look at just the level of improvement, apparently, that they put into just since the beta feedback. We're launching an improvement to better synchronize the client and server. This aims to reduce the average input round-trip latency by approximately 12 milliseconds per input and improves frame-to-frame consistency. If there was a built-in, baked-in, which we knew this already, if there was a baked-in 12 millisecond delay from client to server for the past however many years, that is so noticeable. Like, that's kind of a damning number to just be like, oh yeah, we improved it by 12 milliseconds. How bad is this then? That's not all of it? Is it 30 millisecond delay and you fix it by 12? Like, that's kind of insane. The fact that that has been there for a long time is insane. And then we got gameplay before and after here. We noticed finesse shots were sometimes easily lobbing the keeper outside the box. They did change that, I guess. Beta players were complaining about finesse shots being too good outside the box, and here it was before the change, and now here it is after the change. Just a lot more misses in there. If you want to read more about clubs, you guys can pause the video at these bullet points here, but I won't read too much into these. There's like new consumables in there, a new XP to earn. You can buy XP, I'm pretty sure. Career mode, same kind of thing. If you want to pause through here, you guys can. There's more objectives now. You can start a career mode with like needing to do certain objectives as like challenges, which is cool. You got icons here in player manager career as well. And then path to FC Pro, if you care about this. They changed it up a little bit now, so no need for external registration. You can just play, and if you end up at the top, you end up at the top, and that is it. So let's take a look at the official World Tour cards here. So we do have these leaked, and keep in mind the two here, I think it's like Tamori and Mainu are like the end of the season guys. Maybe it's Rogers too, but I think definitely Tamori is like the last reward in the season. So these are the cards that are like going to be atop of the power curve theoretically in like 28 days time. You would expect. You got Tamori here, 83 pace, 86 defending, block plus on him. You got Morgan Rogers with first touch plus, and just a solid cam card there for sure. Can play center mid, left mid, and right mid. You got Wineri, no playstyle plus, 87 pace, 86 dribbling. Nice card for him. Curious to see how cards are with no playstyle pluses this year. Like, are they going to be a lot better than previous years? Probably Mainu here, center mid, pinged pass plus is nice, 77 pace, but 87 dribbling for him is very nice. 3-star, 3-star. We got Kwanzaa, 78 pace, solid center back there for sure. Conor Gallagher, relentless plus with a almost Hullet gang card there. Pretty solid card. And then James Ward-Prowse, dead ball plus with an okay center mid card. But yeah, looking at this, you can tell they're definitely serious about this. Yeah, the center back Tamori looks like pretty damn good, but if Rogers says like a 38 or level 38 reward, like that's not, you know, that's not pushing the power curve too much, you gotta say. They definitely are trying to keep the power curve in check. And I think the coin difference between rank 1 this year and last year, I think is 125k, which that'll add up so quickly for guys who are very good at the game, and that top end market will be affected because of that if champs rewards are that much nerfed across all the ranks. I said that in the worst way possible, but also I think it's just gonna take time for people to like get used to this. This is gonna be weird for people at the start. I think people might think this is gonna be boring. I think people genuinely are going to be like, these cards suck and they're not worth my time. I think it's gonna be hard for people to adjust. I think it actually is, and we'll see if the community genuinely did want a slower power curve, or if it ends up being too boring and people now can't go back to how we used to do it. But we will see. And that's it. And you know, what do you guys think about all these changes? Let me know in the comments. And thank you guys all for watching here today. I appreciate you all so much, and I love you all. Peace.